From a windstorm in southern China that lashed this office building, and a freak dust storm in Myanmar that ruined a music festival, to window cleaners in Beijing who were blown around like wind chimes, and a massive sand wall that blacked out an entire Chinese city. Here are the scariest storm moments caught on camera. In the early morning hours of Mother's Day of 2014, a line of severe thunderstorms developed near the Nebraska-Kansas border. The storm line shifted north, dropping large hailstones and heavy rain on parts of York, Fillmore, and Clay counties. According to the National Weather Service, 8 tornadoes spawned from this storm system. One group of storm chasers was stationed near McCool Junction, Nebraska, when they spotted one of those tornadoes on the horizon. They hopped in their van to film it, but wound up getting too close for comfort.
Let's go, boy.
We should just let it go. Oh, no?
We're gonna have to let it go. We gotta let it go, guys. Back up. Turn into it.
Oh, boy! You guys okay?
Here's what that looked like from inside their storm-chasing van.
We should just let it go. Oh, no?
We're gonna have to let it go. We gotta let it go, guys. Back up. Turn into it.
Oh, boy! You guys okay?
Yeah. Everybody okay?
John. I think I just almost peed my pants.
Thankfully, everyone inside was okay. The storm chasers were lucky that the sprinkler system didn't shatter the glass and strike someone inside the car. According to our driver, George Coronas, he tried turning into the wind because the tornado was pushing them around like crazy. We're guessing George wasn't the only one in that van to almost pee their pants. On June 16th of 2020, hot air balloon enthusiasts in Krakow, Poland gathered in a field outside the city for an event. But what was supposed to be a fun balloon watching day quickly turned into a nightmare when a freak windstorm threatened everyone on the grounds. They abandoned their seats and took shelter under nearby umbrellas. All they could do was watch in horror as one of the balloons spun out of control and eventually popped. Those in attendance said a lamppost had fallen over in the wind. We believe the balloon blew down and struck the lamp, causing it to pop. The balloon in question, Dobra Atmosfera, Bulgarian for good atmosphere, can carry 30 people up over 900 feet to observe the Krakow skyline. High-rise window cleaning is a dangerous gig. In 1930s New York City, it was said that 1 in every 200 window cleaners lost their lives each year. And we've come a long way since then. Modern window cleaning isn't nearly as dangerous as it was 100 years ago. These workers in Beijing, China may beg to differ. It was May 30th of 2024. The China Central Television, or CCTV tower, was due for its annual cleaning. The 51-story skyscraper is among the largest office buildings in the world, meaning it's not the easiest to clean. Add a freak windstorm into the mix, and you're looking at one of the scariest work-related incidents you'll ever see.
的。
很狗狠。
你选一个节那个快捷的，选快的英语呗。我的天哪，这是！
我的天！
这是今天刮大风，外面的空中飞人在收那个绳子，你看他们那个多危险的工作，同样是工作，但是用生命来换。你看飘来飘去，其实有时候人的命就是不由自主，飘来飘去，挂着就挂了。
Thankfully, all the workers went home safely with 2 feet planted on the ground. It seems like the windstorm happened without warning, or else they would have canceled the job. The Beijing Meteorological Observatory ultimately issued a blue wind warning. These workers probably would have appreciated the heads up before they started cleaning. Tornadoes are rare in India. Between 1903 and 2010, the region reported only 15 such storms. 12 occurred between 1975 and 2012, averaging about 3 tornadoes each year. So, when one strikes, it surprises the whole country. On March 31st of 2024, one of those rare Indian twisters touched down in the West Bengal city of Jalpaiguri. Those living in its path could only watch in horror as the tornado destroyed everything in sight. When it was over, the small village on the outskirts of Jalpaiguri was unrecognizable. Upwards of 170 were hurt, and 200 more were rushed to nearby hospitals. Because tornadoes are so rare in India, many locals didn't have the infrastructure or training to keep themselves safe. One said the storm came from nowhere before destroying their home. Looking at the mangled mess, they didn't know where to start or if it could ever be rebuilt. The storm also brought hail and intense rain to the area. If your home wasn't blown away, it was likely flooded or damaged by falling ice chunks. On July 17th of 2023, Typhoon Talim became the first storm to make landfall during the 2023 tropical cyclone season. It triggered flood and heavy wind warnings across southern China. Hundreds of flights were grounded or canceled, and many people were ordered to stay home. While Talim's direct effects were felt near the coast, inland cities like Zhejiang and Sichuan province still saw their fair share of wind and rain. Based on this footage, you might think the typhoon was right on top of this car dealership. Despite the widespread damage, Chinese officials claim nobody was hurt during the storm. The people inside the car dealership were lucky that most of the windows remained intact. Some of them are standing way too close for the sake of a good video. Chinese weather experts said Typhoon Talim brought 93-mile-per-hour winds and upwards of 11 inches of rain to coastal cities like Hong Kong. People also saw what they described as violent 20 to 30-foot waves lashing over the seawalls. Hailstones can fall anywhere from 9 to 100 miles per hour. It all depends on the size. You could expect something the size of an egg to fall somewhere between 25 and 40 miles per hour. That's what these drivers in Yiwu City, China had to deal with on March 25th of 2024. According to local weather experts, temperatures in southern Zhejiang province hovered around 86 degrees Fahrenheit that afternoon, which was unusually warm for the time of year. Apparently, it was enough to thaw whatever was frozen in the clouds.
你妈的，大表也砸掉了，小表也砸掉了，妈的玻璃也砸碎了，妈的大灯也砸烂了，车引擎盖全部砸坏完了，他妈倒车镜也。
The local weather office issued a red alert as the storm moved in. If it wasn't obvious, red alert is the highest level in the region's color-coded warning system. Many people recorded the incident and reported egg and golf ball-sized hail falling on their homes and cars. Once the hailstorm was over, local insurance companies reported over 9,000 claims for damaged vehicles. Based on rough estimates, the storm likely caused more than 100 million yuan, or about $13.6 million in damages. Hami, China is a prefecture-level city of 673,000 people in Xinjiang province. Since the Han Dynasty, it's been a steady supplier of agricultural products and raw resources. Citywide sandstorms probably aren't healthy for their crops. On July 2nd of 2023, locals in Hami watched in amazement as a massive wall of dust and sand blanketed the city. How would you react if you saw this coming over the horizon?
不敢往里进了。这儿到都肥了吧？
According to local reports, the wall was nearly 1,000 feet high. It caused buildings to vanish and plunged parts of Hami into complete darkness. The storm persisted for about 90 minutes before dissipating, leaving most of Hami covered in dust and sand. It likely came off the Hami Desert, which is part of the vast Gobi Desert in Xinjiang, China. When Spain arrived in the Philippines in the late 16th century, the province of Pampanga on Luzon Island became one of their first official states. Today, it's home to about 2.4 million people living along the northern shore of Manila Bay. When it comes to destructive cyclones, typhoons are typically at the top of their list. That changed in June of 2023 when this powerful tornado touched down south of the provincial capital of San Fernando. According to reports, it was the first time anybody in Pampanga had seen such an event. Naturally, they pulled out their phones and started recording.
Oh, itang-tento na eh.
Ali, itang...
No.
Chuta na.
Tayo gilom.
Oh.
Ayan may sayang, che.
Chuta na, Philip.
Ipu-ipu. Uy, sabi ako, ipu-ipu.
Dahil yun, nagpukor na.
Ipu-ipu.
Dili bago ito.
Hey, nandun mo
Huwag mo kasag-kasag yung iba pa. Kita yung huli niyo.
Uy, amo ko.
Lalawin din ko.
Ipu-ipu. Ipu-ipu.
Bakas na, no?
Ano?
Naku, may pagaling ka pa po, may paid ko.
The storm left a trail of destruction as it tore through neighborhoods in the municipality of Bacolor. Police said nearly 30 houses, 5 businesses, and a church were damaged. Thankfully, only one person suffered minor injuries. The tornado tore down many trees and power lines and littered the streets with people's roof shingles. April 24th of 2022 was supposed to be a day of fun and music in Rakhine State, Myanmar. Then, Mother Nature decided to spoil the show. Event organizers had spent all morning setting up stages and sound systems in the city of Le Mio Chang. Then, without warning, powerful winds struck the area. With them came a wall of dust so thick that people could barely see their hands in front of their faces. One of the workers said the storm forced them to take cover wherever they stood. They could only move and seek better shelter after it had weakened significantly. Events like these occur when passing windstorms pick up loose sand and dirt from dry areas. This one may have come from as far north as the Gobi Desert or as far west as the Middle East. The Tagaytay Highlands Golf Club is a resort golf course in the Philippines. It features 18 challenging holes and a fully functional cable car system that whisks players between the front and back 9. When they're done, they can eat in one of the restaurants or relax by the clubhouse fire. These golfers could have gone for a relaxing fire on July 1st of 2023 when a freak lightning storm moved over their greens. According to our cameraman, nobody had checked the weather the night before, despite the fast-approaching monsoon season. They wanted to play one more round before Mother Nature rained them out. Instead, they wound up packed like sardines under this tiny gazebo.
Awal lang eh. Ano? Magbibiyat mo lang muna tayo dito. Meron tayo? Meron tayo? Ha? Meron tayo? Sige, pwede. Po tayo. Tagal pa po.
In slow motion, you can see how close these golfers were to getting struck by lightning. 2 distinct flashes occurred, meaning 2 bolts may have hit the same area. Thankfully, nobody was hurt and everyone enjoyed a good laugh. Those present said the weather changed on a dime. One minute it was dry and sunny. Moments later, the golf course was ordering people to shelter in place. One witness said at least 20 lightning strikes hit the area around their gazebo. They described it as Mother Nature waging war on them. Maybe next time they'll check the weather report before heading out to the links. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. As always, thanks for watching and be sure to tune in next time.